I want to explain to you how to build business credit with no money this year. So, here are the best practices I want you to really pay attention to. The first thing you want to do here is to establish your business entity. I don't care how sophisticated you want your business operations to be. Don't don't remain a sole proprietorship. Okay, so you got to really separate your personal affairs from your business affairs. Okay, and the best way to do this is to actually establish your business entity. Establish your LLC, establish your C corporation, establish your S corporation, establish your ALP, but don't remain a sole proprietorship. And the thing is that when you want to establish business credit with no money, you want to really think about establishing a EIN only business credit with no money. Okay, so establish your business entity. You have ways to do this. Online. You have a lot of players in this field, from Zen Business all the way to LegalZoom. They'll help you establish your business entity, and you might just need to pay for the state filing fees, which are like $20 to $50, but pretty affordable. The second thing you want to do here is that you want to register your organization. So if you want to build business credit with no money, you want to register your organization. So the thing is that you want to register your organization with a credit reporting agency. It has to be a business credit reporting agency. So right now you have three top ones. You have Dun and Bradstreet, you have Equifax Business, and then you have Experian Business. So those three could really help you. It's just better to register with all the three, by the way. That way you are actually covering all angles. Next, you want to set up a business bank account. So if you want to build business credit with no money, you want to set up a business bank account, checking account, or savings account. This will help you big time because it'll help solidify the legitimacy of your business. In other words, lenders, net 30 vendors will start looking at your business as a legit business. Okay, a legit business they can do. They can actually transact with. So setting up a business checking account is another way to build business credit with no money. You don't have to pay the bank. Just put your money there, and that's fine. When you have a business bank account, be sure to use it for all your business related transactions. Okay, that way you can really build a strong payment history and improve the chances of getting approved for loans and other forms of financing. If you're trying to really build business credit with no money this year, you want to apply for a free DUNS number. And DUNS number is actually a number that Dun and Bradstreet issues, and a DUNS number will help you out big time because some vendors, some net 30 vendors, some lenders also ask you to really have a DUNS number. And in some cases, you might actually need a DUNS number if you are applying for a grant or you're applying for a government contract. Okay, so it's one of those things where having a DUNS number can really help big time. And again, a DUNS number is actually free to receive. Okay, and DUNS actually is also good because right now Dun and Bradstreet, the issuer of DUNS numbers, is actually the number one business credit reporting agency. So that really helps you again solidify your reputation as a legit business. Okay, and so this DUNS number is actually used by business credit reporting agencies to identify your business from Dun and Bradstreet all the way to Equifax Business and Experian Business. So any business credit bureau will require a DUNS number before they will begin reporting your payment history. You want to report also business. You want to report to business credit reporting agencies in a systematic manner. So your business credit report is one of the most important factors in determining your credit worthiness. So what you want to do is you want to have a positive payment history in your business credit reports. And sometimes you might ask your vendors to do it, or you can do it yourself as well. So you have this self-reporting procedure that's also possible. If you want to build business credit with no money, another thing is you want to start establishing trade lines with vendors and suppliers. Okay, so net 30 can be net 30, can be net 45, net 60, net 90. If you're lucky, you can have net 90. And I've actually posted before the top net 30 vendors based on your niche, based on your operational setup. If you are a startup, if you are an established business, and some of those vendors and suppliers, you also want to make sure that they are reporting to the credit bureaus. Not all of them do though. Some reports to one, some report to two, or some report to all three. If you want to really build business credit with no money, you want to really try to get a business credit card. It's one of those things where a business credit card will solidify the legitimacy of your business big time, especially when it comes to making sure that you are seen as let's say as a reliable company. Now the thing is, business credit cards can be complicated to get if you have bad credit. Let's say you have bad personal credit, you can really find it complicated. That's why you want to get a business credit card with the institution where you are at, where you are banking at. So go to your bank or go to your credit union and ask for a business credit card there. That way, it's a lot easier. Even if you have bad credit, they could still issue you a card, or you can try to have like let's say a secured business credit card. Not a lot of banks or credit unions, for that matter, have business credit cards. But if you're lucky and you are at a bank or a credit union that actually has a secured business credit card, you can have that. So business credit cards are actually are a great way to establish credit in your business's name. So when you use a credit card and make, let's say, timely payments, you will actually build a positive payment history, and this helps improve business credit scores and potentially results in a credit limit increase. The thing is that you want to really go for a paydex score that's above 90. I mean, not that's above 80. So 80 is seen as the average business credit score, and the business credit score goes from 0 to 100, with 100 seen as a very credit-worthy business. You also want to apply for a line of credit. So credit lines are one of the most common types of financing for small businesses. So if you want to build business credit with no money, you want to really think about business line of credit. When you have a business line of credit, you can actually borrow money up to your credit limits when you need it, and only pay interest on the money you actually borrow. So that's really good. Next, you want to make timely or early payments. So when you pay your bills on time, it shows up in your credit report and tells creditors that you are a responsible borrower and can be trusted to repay your debts. So if you want to build business credit with no money this year, you want to really connect with other businesses in your industry. It's one of those things where networking really plays like networking pays big time if you are trying to really establish business credit with no money, because I mean, networking with other players in the industry costs nothing. It costs nothing. And don't think you're like, you don't have to really partner up with rivals, with competitors. No, you can have you can connect with other businesses in your industry, not necessarily doing the same thing that you are doing. Okay, so connecting with other businesses can be a great way to build business credit. So when you are connected with other businesses in your industry, what happens here is that those partners may be more likely to extend trade credit or offer other financing options. That way, you can really increase the number of trade lines that you have in your credit report. Also, you can try to join an entrepreneur group or networking organization. To see, the whole thing is you do not want to be alone. Don't try to be by yourself. You really have to cast a wider net when it comes to knowing what works and what doesn't work. So when you join an entrepreneur group or networking organization, you are able to connect with other small business owners who can offer advice and support. And these connections can also potentially lead to financing opportunities. You just never know, right? It's all about, again, casting a wider net, making sure that you have as many connections as possible, and not putting all your eggs in the same proverbial baskets. That way, you are able to diversify your source of credit and also your source of trade lines if needed. Also, you want to request trade references from suppliers and customers. So when you request trade references, it shows that you are actively working to establish business credit. Okay, and these references can be helpful in building your business credit score and report. It's all about making sure that you are seen as a legit business that really cares about building business credit, even if it means that you are doing so with no money. Okay, with no money, you're just doing this in a non-monetary manner, in a non-monetary manner. If you want to build business credit with no money this year, you want to really pay attention to your cash outflows, particularly when it comes to borrowing responsibly. You want to borrow responsibly this year. And it's one of those things where when I speak about borrowing responsibly, it just means you're managing your existing debts and you're also managing new debts pretty responsibly. Let me explain. Do not max out your credit cards or your line of credits, and do not actually take on more debts that you can handle. It's one of those things where you have to be in a situation where you are constantly managing your debt to income ratio, your DTI. You also have to pay attention to your CUR, your credit utilization ratio. That way, you know what's working and what's not working, and you can tell whether or not you have a high CUR, which is bad by the way, or you have a high DTI. So you want to really, when I speak about borrowing responsibly, you want to target a DTI/CUR of 30%. That way you can really have a pretty good business credit score, especially if you are trying to go after, if you are trying to really seek new trade lines. You want to really show a respectable picture to a new partners. You also want to monitor your credit scores. So if you are trying to build business credit with no money this year, you want to really pay attention to your business credit scores, but also your personal credit scores for that matter. So when I speak about monitoring your credit scores, it's actually monitoring those two categories. Don't just say, you know what, I'm trying to really build business credit with no money, so I'm not going to check my personal credit score. No, you have to simultaneously check what's happening on your FICO score at TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And you also have to do the same thing when it comes to your business credit score, actually at Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. There is a correlation between your personal credit score and your business credit score, especially if you are a single member LLC or you are a sole proprietor. If you are a sole proprietor, a single member LLC, then lenders are more likely to actually associate your personal credit score to your business credit score. Even if you are a multi-member LLC, but you are a prominent member of the LLC and your personal credit score is really crappy, this could really affect your business credit score in some way, shape, or form. Let me give you a few hacks here. If you are trying to build business credit with no money, it's important to understand that establishing business credit, overall, is a pretty good thing, because when you are just starting out in business, you want to establish credit with business credit bureaus so that you have access to lines of credit and loans that you can use to finance your business expenses. And if you ever need to apply for an SBA loan, having business credit will improve your chances of getting approved. So establishing your business credit, whether with money or with no money, is not difficult, but it really takes, as you saw a little earlier, it takes time and effort. Okay. Now let me first talk to you about a few benefits of building business credit. You are building credibility. You are able to have a good financial safety net. If you have business credit, you can tap into it in times of needs, and this can help you weather a financial crisis or take advantage of opportunities when they arise. You can also track your expenses. So personal and business finances can get mixed up quickly, making it difficult to track business expenses. However, if you have business credit, you actually can more easily keep track of your business expenses, which can be helpful come tax time. You get better terms from suppliers, and also you are able to get loans real fast. Okay. Now, how long does it take to actually establish business credit? It really depends on how thorough you are in your strategy. It takes about let's say 90 days to 365 days. So 3 months to 1 year, actually, depending on your industry. But this is one of those things where just remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time. It takes time to establish yourself. It takes time to really be comfortable with how you run your business in the first place. And you also understand that it's one of those things where you can establish a business credit if you don't have any debt. That's totally possible. For instance, I spoke to you about having a business credit card or having a net 30 account, right? So you have all kinds of possibilities. So when you have, let's say, a healthy business credit portfolio, how does it look like? Because if you are trying to build business credit with no money, it really helps from time to time to know exactly what a best practice, what best practices will look like. What's the ideal, let's say, a portfolio will look like when it comes to a business credit, okay? First of all, you have strong payment history, you have low credit utilization, you have diverse credit accounts, you have no judgments or liens, and you have minimal credit inquiries. So if you have a good credit, if you have an excellent credit, or just above decent credit, you do not want to have liens or judgments. So legal actions such as judgments, liens, and bankruptcy filings under your business's name can harm your credit score. If your business has unpaid taxes or debt, it can lead to a lien, which gives creditors the legal rights to claim your property to recover what's owed. Unsettled debts may also lead to a court judgment requiring your business to pay the outstanding amounts. You also want to have a minimal credit inquiries. So too many credit inquiries in a short time can be seen as a sign of financial instability. So a healthy business credit profile will have a few hard inquiries indicating the business is not constantly seeking new lines of credit. Okay, and you also have a low credit utilization. So if you want to really increase your credit score real fast, make sure that you maintain a CUR, credit utilization ratio, below 30%. I think I said this before, but yeah. You also want to diversify your credit accounts. So you want to have lines of credit, you want to have credit cards, you want to have a net 30 accounts, you want to have business loans. I'm not saying you should really look for debts, but if you are looking for debts, trying to be strategic, okay? So overall, when you think about building business credit with no money, what's the FAQ here? It's important to understand that personal credit will impact business credit. I think I said this before, but that's true, okay? Especially in the early days of establishing your business credit profile. Many lenders and card issuers will require a personal guarantee based on your own credit when your finances is kind of new and your business is new rather. But as you establish business credit, the reliance on your personal finances decreases, and over time, your business can qualify for credit on its own. So this is something to really understand. And I will actually close to this conversation by telling you to always keep your accounts open. If you are trying to build business credit with no money, you want to keep your accounts open. That way, you are pretty sure that you have a certain an element of history here, an element of history, but also an element of reliability. Like you have a proven track record that helps you actually big time when it comes to getting trusted as as a partner, as an economic partner, as a business partner. So, in conclusion to this conversation, I explained to you how to build business credit with no money. I give you the best practices, the hacks, and now the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.